Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to... Whoa, what the hell's going on here? Well, welcome back to World Wrestling Affliction, but we're having a bit of a brawl backstage, it seems, between High Voltage and Quantum and Saber of Eminence. It's, these two teams have been going back and forth for months now, and I think the win from High Voltage last week over Eminence at the PLE definitely did not help the matters here. High Voltage is just beating Eminence around the arena right now. I'm at a loss for words, ladies and gentlemen. This is just insane. Can we get like some security or something out back here? Like, what the hell is going on right now? I think we may finally be getting some security out here. Well, finally we're back to in-ring action. And here we see these two, Julius Gray, Ryan Van Sice. Oh, what the hell's going on here? After attacking Jeremiah Stone and costing him his opportunity to qualify for the... And we're off. No, you gotta be kidding me. Who didn't see that one coming? Well, that... I'm already at a loss for words, ladies and gentlemen. We're only 2 minutes into the episode. So, a bit of a recap. Oh no, come on. Don't do this, Perez. What the hell is going on here in this episode of World Wrestling Affliction? So, as I was saying, a bit of a recap from the Blood and Thunder PLE. So, 5-star Ryan Van Sice and Julius Gray, sorry, basically attacked and handed Andy Walker the win, attacked Jeremiah Stone and handed Andy Walker the win, therefore keeping Ryan Van Sice in the Warrior Path tournament. Goes to recover now, almost a 3 already. I think that pre-match assault from AJ Perez definitely put Zen the Night down a bit. So yeah, they attacked Jeremiah Stone, gave Andy Walker the thing, so that Ryan Van Sice stayed in the Warrior Path tournament. Had Ryan Van Sice beat Julius Gray here tonight, he then has to... He's now tied with Jeremiah Stone with 2 wins, 1 loss. So now it's just up to Julius Gray to beat Andy Walker, and then it'll come down to Ryan Van Sice versus Jeremiah Stone in that rematch to see who moves on to the semifinals. So the fact that Julius Gray and Ryan Van Sice seem to be working together, it only made sense that, you know, Julius Gray would take the fall to keep Ryan Van Cise in this tournament, because Julius Gray had to beat both Ryan Van Cise and Andy Walker to remain in the tournament here. Oh, here we go with a nice roll-up from Xander Knight. Only a 2 count. Roll-up reversal from Perez. Goes for the cover now. 1, 2, 3. And Perez has earned his first 2 points here in this tournament. Oh no. AJ, not like this. No, don't do it. AJ Perez just attacking the shoulder of Xander Knight, sending a message to the other 2 people in his pool for this tournament. He's coming for blood. He means business. So with that win over Xander Knight here tonight, AJ Perez has earned enough points in his pool that he moves on in the Warrior Path tournament without having to face the Senshi in his pool, because there's no mathematical reason for it. AJ Perez already has 4 points. No one else in his pool can win 4 points. He's won his pool. He's into the semifinals at the PLE. But for now, let's listen to what these 2 have to say. The disciples of Jediah? Father Jediah? Whoa, what with the zoom in, man? Whoa. Okay, I don't know what to make of that. So this man, Otis Jediah, and his disciples of Jediah, who have been attacking Jason North for weeks now, claiming that the World Wrestling Affliction is filled with sin, but he is a worshipper of chaos and intends to deal with said sin through violence? And then said something to the undesirable one about the time has come. I'm still at a loss for words what this crazy old man and his 2 goons are doing here in this company. But for now, we move on to a match that we're finally getting a chance to see, as these 2 men right here are part of the pool that Jason North has been in, where the disciples of Jediah have basically attacked every single week, causing everyone in the pool to earn 1 point each. Jason North's on 3 points. All it has to take is for one person to win 2 matches, and they've won this pool basically. This man, Lance Radley, was hyped up in the first ever episode of World Wrestling Affliction Season 2 to be the next big thing here in the company. Is he here to show that he's definitely the next big thing? Or will a former multiple-time World Heavyweight Champion, former Tag Team Champion in Lufa Ramon, or now just Ramon, of Dark Horse, take him down? And Radley immediately with the kick to the face. Now, I will have a quick go over the point system and how we're looking in the pools here. So, after that win over Zendanite, AJ Perez is guaranteed through to the Battle Lines PLE and is in the semifinals. So in this pool, we have Ramon, Lance Radley, and Dynamite Menace, all on 1 point, all have an opportunity to make it into the semifinals over this next month. Now that we're looking at the Ryan Van Sice, Jeremiah Stone, after Van Sice beat Julius Gray here tonight, he is tied with Jeremiah Stone. They are guaranteed to have a tiebreaker match to see who goes on. However, next week, Julius Gray will have to face Andy Walker. If Andy Walker beats Julius Gray in that match, Andy Walker will be added to that tiebreaker round to have a triple threat to see who moves on to the semifinals. And then obviously next week, we already know that Bart Marshall, our beautiful Bart Marshall, and Tommy Tornado will be going toe-to-toe, one-on-one, and the winner of that will move on to the semifinals at the Battle Lines PLE. Now, the way the Battle Lines PLE is going to go with the semifinals is we're going to have one match is going to be a Falls Count Anywhere match. The next match will be a steel cage match, and the finals will be set in a singles match. Don't ask me why the semifinals are a stipulation while the main of like the actual title match isn't. I have no idea, but that's how we're looking. So far, we have AJ Perez through. In the next 2 weeks, we will have the last 3 members go through. Now, Radley was just beating down Ramon here. So now for this pool, it could be very interesting. We could technically have a 4-way tie if things work out the way that it's been going. And Ramon, with the elevated pin, still didn't get the win though. So, for example, say Ramon wins here tonight. Lance Radley and Dynamite Menace will be facing next week. Say Lance Radley wins that match. Ramon and Dynamite Menace go on to face each other in week 3. And Dynamite Menace wins that match. They are all on 3 points. So is Jason North. So it could potentially be a fatal 4-way tiebreaker match to crown who will enter in the semifinals at Battle Lines. Though that being said, one of these 3 men could win 2 matches in a row and guarantee themselves a spot in that main event. Oh, big Yakuza kick in the corner. Goes to the cover now. Could this be it? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was so close to a 3 count. Radley can't believe it. The fans can't believe it. You hear the fans saying they're not worthy, and I'm on the inclination to agree with them. This has been one amazing match after two very interesting matches earlier on in the show. This is our first actual like proper competition. And a second Yakuza kick to the corner. Goes to the cover. This has to be it. 1, 2, 3. And Lance Radley earns himself 2 points in the tournament. Can he be Dynamite Menace next week and earn himself the spot in the semifinals at the Battle Lines PLE? Or will Dynamite Menace win and then lead to potentially him fighting for a spot in it, or leading to the Fatal 4-Way tiebreaker match? We'll find out over the next 2 weeks. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this edition of World Wrestling Affliction, and we will see you next week.